If you want to improve your endurance, you need to train all levels of your aerobic system and do a lot more than just run more. Here in just a second, I'm going to break this down using a simple model, and I'm also going to give you a structured training plan that you can use to increase your endurance. We're going to start with this triangle here. Get a nice even triangle. So this baseline here, this is going to be our aerobic base. We're going to want to spend 70% of our training time right here. Basically what we want to do is we want to expand this baseline out as far as possible. That's going to be our long runs, our easy runs, everything that builds our aerobic endurance, our aerobic base. Now moving on to the next part of our triangle here, we're going to look at the top. This is representing our VO2 max. Now we want to spend about 10% of our training volume here. And we can think about training here as 30 to 90 seconds of full out work with a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 rest ratio. Things like a 200-meter sprint or a 400-meter sprint with a minute to a minute and a half even of rest in between. Our last piece of the puzzle here is all this good stuff in here. This is our aerobic capacity work. Bam, aerobic capacity. We want to spend about 10 to 20% of our training volume here. We're thinking about 3 to 5 minute pickups. You could accomplish this in a couple different ways. One, you can put the pickups in with your normal like easy runs, or what you can do is you can have like a day where you go and do like mile repeats, something along those lines. The meat and potatoes of this whole diagram here is basically to represent that we want to maximize the area of this triangle in here. We don't want a big aerobic base and no VO2 max, so we don't want that. What we also don't want is we don't want a ton of VO2 max and no aerobic base. This isn't gonna get us anywhere. We wanna maximize the area of our triangle here by training our aerobic base, our VO2 max, and our aerobic capacity. Now, how do we do that? Well, I'm gonna give you a brief rundown of how I would structure a week of training that would accomplish growing this triangle as big as we possibly can and becoming more aerobically efficient. Let's hop into how I would structure a weekly program to accomplish these endurance goals. Now this could work for beginners, intermediate, some advanced. Now advanced, you're probably having a little bit more volume than what I'm about to show here. So the sweet spot's gonna be that beginner to intermediate, but could be helpful for just about anybody. We're gonna look at Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Now Monday, this is our easy run with pickups. So we can think of 30 to 45 minutes of an easy run. Zone 2, if you're used to using the heart rate zones. We're gonna have our pickups here. And now these are gonna be 3 to 5 minute tempo zone. So you're gonna increase the pace, you're gonna increase your heart rate, you're gonna be working that aerobic capacity here. And we want a few of these, let's say 3 to 5 minute pickups within our 30 to 45 minute run there. Moving on to Wednesday now, this is gonna be our VO2 day. So we're gonna put that down here, VO2 max training day. And we're looking at 5 to 6, 30 to 90 second, 100% all out intensity with a 1-to-1 rest ratio or a 1-to-2 rest ratio. So that's gonna be our Wednesday. That's gonna improve our VO2 max. We're gonna scale back a little bit on Thursday. We're gonna have another easy run here, 30 to 45 minutes, more of that aerobic base building day here. So we have that here on Thursday. We also have that here a little bit on Monday. Lastly, we're gonna hop into Saturday. Saturday, this is our long run, 60 to 90 minutes. There we go, easy run. This is gonna be, again, our aerobic base building day. 4-week training plan there. If you follow this, you're gonna hit your aerobic capacity on Monday. You're gonna hit your VO2 max here on Wednesday. And then between a little bit of our easy run here on Monday, here on Thursday, and here on Saturday, we're gonna get that what did I say? 70% training volume of nice, easy aerobic base building pace. So that pretty much wraps it up. A little convoluted there, but you kind of get the picture. Wrapping up with our training plan, what we want to do is we want to ensure that we're training all 3 layers of that aerobic system. If we just train our easy runs, what we're going to have is we're going to have this nice, good base, which is not a bad thing, it's a good thing, but we're not going to have any VO2 max. And then if we only train high intensity intervals, what we're going to have is we're going to have this really high VO2 max. We're going to have no aerobic base. And it's also going to put us in a compromised position whenever we're trying to train our aerobic system. That's what we're trying to do here. We don't want this. We don't want this either. We want a nice, even triangle where we have an efficient aerobic base. Just say base. We have a nice, full, filled out triangle here with our aerobic capacity, right? You get the picture. And then we have our nice high peak here, our VO2 max. If we accomplish this, then we will be inevitably increasing our endurance and our aerobic system. And that, after all, is what we want. If you enjoyed this quick breakdown of how to increase your endurance here, please like, subscribe, hit that notification button. I would really appreciate it. I will be releasing more of these training tips in the future, and you don't want to miss out. All right, thanks guys.